everyone. Good evening once again, and my name is Emma, and welcome to my channel. Now, today I'm going to be talking to you about some of the changes that we are all trying to achieve, the lifestyle changes, and especially now that everyone seems to is quite aware or awake in the health dangers of consuming a lot of processed foods or even overindulging in animal products. A lot of these things are actually leading to a lot of conditions, which we know now: cancer, diabetes, hypertension, to name a few. But having said that, there's also a lot of studies that are going on which shows actually that even eating meat is not the issue. It's actually the type of meat we're consuming that is majorly a concern, the fact that it's processed and overeating. But so we seem to be going from one spectrum where we're eating overindulging, and then once we become aware, we're totally living that lifestyle and either going vegan or vegetarian. There's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I'll quickly tell you, last year I happened to go to Romania. There was the European Health Conference, and the conference was all about the lifestyle conditions that are affecting, seems to be going, berserk. And actually, at one point, I used to think, something is happening. But the scale of it, once I came to understand, was quite staggering, because we're confronted with all the statistics. And it's not just one, but it's not just the Western world, which actually, if you think about it, they're better equipped with medication. But it's also the developing countries where they're ill-equipped with medication and treatment facilities, which is becoming the biggest concern. So one of the physician who really impressed me, all of them were quite impressive, to be honest, with all the information that they had to share, was actually one that spoke about flexitarian. Now, flexitarian is just vegetarian with you being flexible, being more vegetarian, but consuming animal products. But with the animal products, is just making sure you're eating the best quality of the animal products. So, say for example, if you eat chicken, you're not going to buy the battery chicken, simply because we know, first of all, those chicken have got a 6 weeks lifespan to grow. So what do you expect from a chicken that has been made that way? It's a lot of steroids to make sure that it grows as quickly as possible, and also is a very, they're grown, they're put together in a very tight conditions so that they can maximize the profit for the farmer. And also for the the type of feed they're fed. So it's really a growth. It's no, there's no value, there's no really thinking into what is going into it. And it's the same thing with the cows, for example. We know a lot about the mad cow disease, and it's all stemmed from animals being given, cows being given animal produce, which should never happen. Cows were meant to eat grass, but it has happened, and it continues to happen even after the mad cow conditions. A lot of the milk, we know that there's the cows, obviously they're there to produce either a lot of milk. So there's a lot of issue, and I'm not here to scaremonger. I'm only here to kind of get us thinking of alternatives. So you can still have your chicken, but I think my take is that have the best quality of meat. If you're gonna go for chicken, go maybe for a free range or something like that. And I know a lot of people will say, yeah, Emma, but we have a big family, so how do you want us to deal with that? Actually, instead of having 5 days or 7 days a week chicken, how about you have it once a week? I know that is less. It just means that the rest of the days you're going to alternate that the chicken that you normally eat in a day with other type of animal plant produce. So you're going to have pulses, you're going to have beans, you're going to have there's a lot of leafy grains, which are all very nutritious for you, and it's an alternative. The other thing as well is avoiding some processed meat totally. I mean totally. Processed meat, if any of you have ever watched what goes into it, and I won't go into the what actually goes into the processed meat. It's actually the worst bits of what they cannot present in a shop to sell. So any bits of fats, skin, whatever, just name it. Any parts that you wouldn't appreciate to eat, looking at it, that's what goes into the processed meat. And then it's added a lot of additives and a lot of salt and everything else to just make it palatable. So really, if the aim is for us to try and think how we can stem this explosion of what is going on in the world today, not just the conditions, even obesity, which leads to everything else. We must think hard on what we are consuming. And the other thing as well is animals nowadays are given a lot of antibiotics, which is a major issue, because antibiotics is the same antibiotics that when we get very sick, we expected the doctor gives to us. So if you're going to overconsume a lot of animal products that have been given not just steroids, but also a lot of the antibiotics, if you do get sick and the doctor prescribes you antibiotics, guess what? It's not going to work. You're going to become resistant. So even though the medication is there to treat you, it's not going to be effective, simply because you have already overconsumed the antibiotics in your system. So they'll be looking for something else, and it just becomes very frustrating, not just for you, for the doctors and everybody involved. So really, let's be candid, let's be open, let's be honest. The issue is not even the meat that we eat, is the type of meat that we're now consuming, the processed meats, what goes into our meat, the steroids and the food the animal is fed, and also the antibiotics that is is put into these animals, and the fact that we are overeating. Come on, guys, let's confront that. We can't eat meat 7 days a week. And it doesn't matter even if it's fish. We cannot overindulge and we expect things to be okay. I mean, let's throw in lots of other things. There's lots of vegetables, and do you know what? Actually, vegetables is one of the healing things that we can all eat. So what am I saying here today is I want us to be real if we want to be better. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I won't, beat about the bush. I'm just going to try and tell it as it is, because the Bible does say that my people are my people are perishing because of lack of knowledge. And once you know the truth will set you free. So I hope you do like my video. Do like it and subscribe so that you're the first person to know when I do release next video. Thank you.